am Judy Sgro, a Member of Parliament from Canada. I am delighted to speak to you today in this very timely conference. I am sure that all of you have already heard about Iran's sham elections and coming to power of Ibrahim Raisi that has drawn international condemnation for his crimes against humanity over the past 40 years, with news headlines calling him the butcher and a mass murderer. Amnesty International said that Ibrahim Raisi has risen to the presidency instead of being investigated for the crimes against humanity of murder, enforced disappearance, and torture. It's a grim reminder that impunity reigns supreme in Iran. My good colleague, and yours as well, Professor Erwin Kotler, in many occasions has referred to a culture of impunity reigning in Khomeini's Iran. And no wonder the Raoul Wallenberg Center for Human Rights, in a report published in 2019, named Raisi and a dozen Iranian officials to be sanctioned for gross human rights violations. In short, I want to commend and echo the call of the UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Iran, that the massacre of political prisoners in Iran in 1988 and Raisi's role must be investigated by an international delegation, since in addition to a crime against humanity, it may account to actual genocide. But what strikes me most in this sham election was the overwhelming boycott by various strata of the Iranian society, who in hundreds and thousands of online messages said that their vote is to overthrow this tyrannical regime. We in Canada, of course, we've had our share of grief from the atrocities of the clerical regime that, among others, includes the downing of Flight 752 by IRGC missiles, killing all 176 people on board, including dozens of Canadians. But allow me to speak in a more positive tone. I had the pleasure of speaking at these rallies in person in Paris and many other ones online. I believe the resilience and commitment of Ashraf's 3 residents for a free and democratic Iran during these unimaginable difficult times when they were constantly attacked by the Iranian regime, militias, and rockets. It has finally paid off. Indeed, what they showed to the world and to the people of Iran was that by standing by the principles of Madam Rajavi's 10-point plan, sooner or later, responsible actors will have to come and join the rally if they want to avoid the cycle of violence and warmongering. I want to reassure you that we take your plight and your call for change very seriously and wholeheartedly stand by you in your quest for having what we take for granted, of course, in Canada, is fundamental human rights. I am a firm believer that Mrs. Rajavi's 10-point plan put together for Iran is both practical and very much achievable. Like many resistance units inside Iran who declare their readiness for change, I am also declaring that I'm ready, or as you say, hazar, for this most welcome, unavoidable change.
So